I transmigrated into a sadistic novel as the villainous male supporting character, arriving on the day my CEO wife handed me the divorce papers. With a cold face, she said, "You brought it up last night. Let's get a divorce. The marital assets will be split 50-50, and I'll give you an additional $3 billion as compensation." At the same time, lines of crimson red bullet comments floated before my eyes. "Don't sign it. Male supporting character. Liking the female lead will only lead to misery. Just look at your wife. She's a tycoon worth trillions, and she's had a secret crush on you for 10 years. Don't be fooled by her cold expression now. If you just call her wife, she'd give your life." My hand, reaching for the papers, paused. What era is this to still be playing the give you my life trope? I had transmigrated into a book, becoming the villainous male supporting character in a sadistic novel, Pei Su. In the original book, his family had fallen from grace. The Pei Corporation faced severe financial problems. Its capital chain was broken. It was on the verge of bankruptcy. The wealthiest family, the Qins, were willing to provide financial support, but on the condition that Pei Su marry their eldest daughter, Qin Wan, and marry into her family. For the sake of his family, the original owner had no choice but to break off his engagement with his childhood sweetheart, the female lead, and marry Qin Wan. But deep down, he despised Qin Wan, even hated her. In all their years of marriage, not only had he never shown her a kind face, but he had also never touched her, all for the sake of the female lead. Last night, he heard that the female lead was getting married. Drunk, he started acting up, insisting on divorcing Qin Wan, and saying that if it weren't for her, he would have married the female lead long ago. He heard the female lead needed money for a recent investment and planned to give her a share of the assets after the divorce to fill the gap in her capital chain. Me? Please just kill off all the brainless simps. Thank you. The bullet comments kept scrolling. This villainous male supporting character not only has a bad personality, he's also blind. What's so good about that White Lotus female lead? She's just using the male supporting character as an ATM. What's the male supporting character spacing out for? He's not really going to scheme for the female supporting character's family fortune for the female lead's sake, is he? No wonder the female supporting character turned villainous in the end. The man she'd secretly loved for 10 years not only didn't have her in his heart, but also hated her, even conspired with others to seize her assets, and wanted to kill her. I feel so bad for the female supporting character. She gave her whole heart to the male supporting character, only to have it trampled on and used by him. The male supporting character deserves to die the most. That scumbag deserved to end up with his family ruined, homeless on the streets, sold to Myanmar, have his eyes and kidneys gouged out, and then be thrown into the sea to feed the fish. After sorting through the plot, I came back to my senses. Hiss, what a truly miserable death. Why did the stupid and evil original owner have to like the female lead? Liking her really does lead to misery. Since I'm here now, I'm going to change my own fate. The female supporting character is beautiful and rich. I'm determined to be this live-in husband, and I'm going to cling tightly to my CEO wife's thigh. The female supporting character is a super love-struck fool. Never mind coaxing her. If the male supporting character just gives her a pleasant look, her trillions in assets will be yours. She'd even give you her life. Don't be fooled by the female supporting character's calm exterior. Inside, her sorrow is already a river flowing upstream. The male supporting character doesn't appreciate the blessings he has. Just waiting for the male supporting character to court his own death. Seeing that I wasn't taking the divorce papers, Qin Wan's brows furrowed slightly. Is there another problem? Noticing my intense stare, Qin Wan pretended to be calm and turned her head away. Isn't this what you've always wanted? The bullet comments sighed in despair. The female supporting character is so decisive and efficient at work, but the moment she faces the male supporting character, it's like she can't even speak. Hurry up and tell him you love him. Don't leave any regrets. It's no use. The male supporting character only has the female lead in his heart. I began, choosing my words carefully. Qin Wan turned her head to look at me. Our eyes met for an instant, and then she quickly looked away again. I sighed and said in a serious tone, I don't want a divorce anymore. Qin Wan froze, her brow furrowing even deeper. Are you dissatisfied with the division of assets? I shook my head. No. Chinwon asked almost immediately. Then what is it? Because I think I might, possibly, have fallen for you. The bullet comments exploded instantly. Holy shit. Male supporting character, what are you saying? Did I hear that right? He likes the female supporting character? Since when? Congratulations, the male supporting character's eyes are finally not blind anymore. Something's not right, very not right. There must be something fishy going on. The male supporting character isn't cooking up some other evil scheme, is he? I'm worried for the female supporting character. I glanced at Chinwon again. Her expression still seemed quite calm, except for the faint pink blush on her ears, which spread down to her fair neck. Oh, she was shy. Chinwon blinked, taking a moment to react, clearly in disbelief of what I had said. What? What did you just say? I went with the flow. I said, I like you. This time, a blush appeared on Chinwon's beautiful face. But haven't you always wanted a divorce? At this, she pursed her lips. If you're just worried about my father's side, don't be. I can go and explain. I won't make things difficult for you. There was a hint of disappointment and a trace of expectation in her tone. The bullet comments chattered away. That's right. The male supporting character has been so cold to the female supporting character for years. To suddenly say he likes her, something must be up. Please, male supporting character, be a decent human being. Don't hurt the female supporting character. Yesterday, as soon as the male supporting character heard the female lead was getting engaged, he went crazy and demanded a divorce. Now he suddenly changed his mind. No one would believe it so easily. I felt helpless inside. Original owner, look at the mess you made. Now no one believes you've suddenly come to your senses. Sighing, I said with extreme seriousness, it has nothing to do with them. I just don't want a divorce anymore. Hearing my words, Chinwon didn't look particularly happy. Last night, you said Bai Weiwei was getting engaged, and you had to become single again to go and snatch the bride. You said you weren't happy with me. Actually, I can help you two be together. The bullet comments started cursing me again. What the male supporting character said last night was too hurtful. Serves him right to end up with no wife and a miserable fate. Someone hugged the female supporting character. It feels like she's about to break, just saying those two sentences. Even though I wasn't the one who said those words, I was Pei-soon now, and I couldn't help but feel a little guilty. Sorry, I misspoke last night. I apologized on behalf of the original owner. After speaking, I stood up, took the divorce agreement in front of me, and tore it to shreds without hesitation. A divorce is impossible. Chinwon's eyes widened slightly, and her eyes actually started to turn red. I'm telling you, if you don't divorce now, it will be absolutely impossible to divorce in the future. My God, is the male supporting character for real? Yay, the ship I'm rooting for is about to become real. Ha ha ha. The female supporting character is so flustered. I can't imagine what she would do if the male supporting character called her wife right now. Looking at those bullet comments, I let it slip out as if possessed. Wifey. What did you call me? Chinwon's face instantly turned crimson, and she was completely stunned. I moved closer to Chinwon, scooped her up by the knees, and carried her horizontally in my arms. Didn't you think I wanted to divorce you? I have to show you my sincerity. Wouldn't you agree? Carrying her, I headed straight for the bedroom. Chinwon blinked her watery eyes, looking completely bewildered. What? If you don't believe me, then I'll just have to sleep you into submission. The bullet comments screamed with excitement. The male supporting character has finally figured out, the steamroller is running right over my face. Male supporting character, what kind of audacious words are these? You're so good with words. You're playing with fire. Wow, so exciting. Why is it all pixelated? Is there something my esteemed VIP membership doesn't allow me to see? When I woke up, it was already 5 in the afternoon. Chinwon wasn't here. I guess she had probably gone to the company. What a workaholic. I quickly got dressed and turned to see an exquisite box of pastries on the bedside table. I happened to be a little hungry. I casually picked one up and put it in my mouth. The soft, chewy texture was coated with a light, milky flavor, making one feel warm inside. The bullet comments started flooding in again. The female supporting character heard he likes pastries, so she specially learned from a pastry chef. Today, she finally has a chance to make them for the male supporting character. He's so lucky. Before the male supporting character got divorced, he wasn't so vicious. After the divorce, he completely changed for the female lead. I hope he holds on and stops looking for the female lead. By the way, why does he even like the female lead? Although they are childhood sweethearts, it doesn't seem like the female lead treats him that well, does she? He just likes her, what can you do? Yeah, the male supporting character can be quite sentimental sometimes. He's kept all the birthday cards the female supporting character gave him every year. They were buy one get one free, but he treats them like treasures. Me. I opened the drawer of the bedside table and pulled out a stack of greeting cards. Seeing this, the bullet comments immediately went wild. Holy crap, what's the male supporting character going to do? He's not going to just cast her aside after getting what he wanted, is he? Were the things he said before all lies to deceive the female supporting character? No, don't tell me the male supporting character only regained his sight for a moment and has gone blind again. I looked at the $3 million watch on my wrist, a gift from Chinwan, and then at the worthless greeting cards in my hand. I think the original owner of this body was a complete idiot. Brother Sue. A sweet voice suddenly sounded behind me. I turned around, puzzled. The girl was wearing a long white dress, her brown curly hair falling naturally down her back. She looked very pure and beautiful. I narrowed my eyes. The female lead by Weiwei. The original owner had given the female lead the passcode to his home, so she often came in without notice. The bullet comments went crazy. I'm so pissed. Speak of the devil. It's over. The female lead is going to see the male supporting character holding those cards like they're treasures and will be so smug about it. The female lead is such a tramp. She already has a fiancé and is about to get married, yet she still seeks out the male supporting character for no reason. This is no different from two-timing. Every time the male supporting character sees the female lead, it's like he loses his mind. My poor female supporting character, her love was truly wasted. Brother Sue, Bai Weiwei flashed a sweet smile and moved to throw herself at me. I quickly stepped back to dodge, preventing her from hugging me. If you want to talk, then talk. Don't get handsy. I recalled how the original owner in the book had courted his own death. After the original owner divorced the female supporting character, he gave all his assets to the female lead and even stole the Qin family's business secrets for her. The female lead then passed all of this to the male lead, allowing him to become the richest man in City A overnight. Later, the original owner became jealous when the female lead married the male lead and started to retaliate against him, only to be repeatedly put in his place by the male lead. In the end, the male lead caused his family to be ruined and him to lose everything. The female supporting character's company also went bankrupt due to his earlier schemes, and she left the country. As for himself, with no one to rely on, he was sold to Myanmar by the male lead, where his eyes were gouged out, his kidneys were harvested, and he died a miserable death. At this moment, confused voices appeared in the bullet comments. What's wrong with the male supporting character? He actually didn't let the female lead hug him. Something's up. Let's keep watching. The female lead looks unhappy. Bai Weiwei frowned, displeased. Brother Sue, we grew up together. What's the big deal with a hug? Listen to her. Does that even sound right? A man and a woman, alone, and both with significant others. There should be some sense of boundaries. I held up my hand towards Bai Weiwei, showing off the $100 million diamond ring on it. I'm a married man. This is inappropriate. The bullet comments exploded like fireworks. Well done, supporting male lead. Make the White Lotus female lead see reality. My heart is finally at ease. Thank goodness the supporting male lead didn't act stupidly. La la la. I'm flying a flag for the supporting male and female leads. A hint of anger appeared in Bai Weiwei's eyes. She said sadly, Brother Sue, didn't you say that no matter what, I would always be number one in your heart? Seeing that I didn't speak, her eyes suddenly widened. Did she threaten you? Why don't you divorce her? I'll explain it to Uncle Zhou. The bullet comments suddenly started scrolling frantically. What the hell? The female lead is actually asking the supporting male lead to get a divorce? This is too much. Does the male lead know? Oh ho. Here we go. The supporting female lead is coming up. The supporting female lead will be on the battlefield in 5 seconds. Is she going to tear the female lead apart? The supporting male lead has always been on the female lead side before, The supporting female lead will surely be wary of her. Sigh, the supporting female lead is so pitiful. Her own legal husband is actually thinking about someone else all the time. Chinwan is back. Since I've decided to live a good life with her, I can't let her misunderstand anything. Looking at the green tea female lead by Wei Wei, I went all out. What the hell do you think you are? How dare you tell me to divorce my wife? And you want me to put you first? Your skin is so thick it could be used as a bulletproof vest. What about your fiancé? Are you trying to cuckold him? I suggest you shake your head when you have nothing to do and listen to see if there's the sound of the ocean inside. The bullet comments went blank for a moment, then instantly exploded. Holy shit. The supporting male lead called the female lead a thing? The supporting male lead is awesome. He finally stopped giving the female lead face. He even asked the female lead if she wanted to cuckold the male lead. Brilliant. The female lead is stunned from being scolded. Haha. Bai Weiwei's face instantly turned deathly pale. She stared at me in disbelief, her voice trembling slightly. Brother Sue, what did you say about me? I took a step back, putting distance between us. What? Did you enjoy being scolded by me? Venmo me 100, and I'll let you in on my scolding plan. Bai Weiwei's face alternated between green and white, her chest heaving violently, her eyes red, looking as if she was about to cry, but holding it back. Brother Sue, I don't believe you suddenly hate me. You're still holding the card I gave you. Aren't you just reminiscing about our past? This garbage. I let out a sarcastic laugh and threw the cards directly into the trash can. Garbage should stay in the trash can. Bai Weiwei was stunned and pitifully shed tears. Brother Sue, you've changed. I don't believe you would stop caring about me. You wouldn't even touch Xinwan for my sake before. Did she use me to threaten you? Tell me, we can figure something out together. The bullet comments chattered away. The supporting female lead's fists are clenched. What is wrong with the female lead's brain? Why must she force the supporting male lead to be her simp? If you had a man who would give you anything you wanted, wouldn't you hold on to him? I was so angry about Wei Wei that I laughed. How could she be so confident, insisting that I was forced and not willing? Bai Weiwei, don't be so confident. You're not charming enough for me to keep myself pure for you. I might as well tell you, I slept with Xinwan. I'm her husband. How we slept together is not convenient to tell you. After all, that's a private matter between us as a couple. Bai Weiwei's eyes were filled with shock, and she subconsciously took a few steps back, her eyes seemingly burning with anger. The bullet comments went completely insane. Say more, I love to hear it. The female lead's face has turned green. Wow, the corners of the supporting female lead's mouth are about to reach the sky. What kind of private matter? The language teacher said there should be detailed descriptions. Bai Weiwei took a long moment to compose herself, her expression aggrieved. Brother Sue, are you treating me like this because I'm getting married? I was truly fed up. Bai Weiwei, I said with disgust. Can't you understand plain language? You don't even qualify to sit at the kids' table. Go sit with the dogs. Tears welled up in Bai Weiwei's eyes once more. You've fallen for Xinwan? I didn't want to deal with her and admitted it decisively. That's right, I've fallen for her. The bullet comments scrolled past in a neat row. The male supporting character is no longer a simp. His words are as sharp as poison. That's right, the male supporting character wants to get on. Xinwan. It's a verb, thank you. The eavesdropping female supporting character must be blooming with joy. I'm so happy for her. Now scram. Don't bother me again. I was as annoyed with Bai Weiwei as one could possibly be. Tossing out that last sentence, I briskly walked out of the room. Seeing Xinwan standing at the door, I feigned surprise. Wife, you're back. Xinwan pressed her lips together, trying hard to suppress the upward curve of her mouth. Yes, she said lightly. Brother Sue, Bai Weiwei chased after me. Seeing Xinwan, her brow furrowed involuntarily. But she quickly adjusted her expression. President Xin. The bullet comments were buzzing with excitement. The female lead and the female supporting character have met. A classic charabia scene. Go, female supporting character. Slap the female lead silly for trying to steal your man. If these two women were to fight, who would the male supporting character help? Bai Weiwei forced a smile and said in a gentle, soft voice, President Xin, I just came to talk to Brother Sue about our past. You don't mind, do you? Xinwan's expression was cold. I do. Bai Weiwei's smile froze on her face. She turned to look at me, her expression innocent. Brother Su, I didn't expect President Qin to misunderstand me. We just have a purely platonic friendship. Could you help me explain it to her? I was already annoyed with her, and I certainly wasn't going to indulge her green tea performance in front of my wife. There's nothing to explain, because there's nothing between us. Get out on your own, or I'll have someone throw you out. And tone down the drama. I'm not buying your act. The expression on Bai Weiwei's little face was a colorful spectacle. Her mouth opened and closed, but she was stunned into silence, yet she didn't leave. Qin Wan raised an eyebrow, the corners of her mouth also tilting up slightly. She looked quite pleased. Wife. She looked at me, not understanding. I pulled her in by the shoulder and kissed her on the lips. Qin Wan's body tensed up. She didn't move an inch, not even daring to blink, her pupils quaking as she stared at me. Bai Weiwei was equally dumbfounded, looking as if she'd been struck by lightning. Brother Sui. I released Qin Wan, pulling her blushing self into my arms, and looked at Bai Weiwei with displeasure. Want to stick around and watch how I've fallen for Qin Wan? I intentionally stressed the words fallen for, letting one's imagination run wild. Bai Weiwei looked at me, then at Qin Wan, and as if she finally couldn't take it anymore, she ran off in a huff. The bullet comments exploded. Badass male supporting character. It's completely impossible between him and the female lead now. She must hate his guts. The female supporting character seems a little unhappy. Could she be jealous? I gave Qin Wan another look. Her expression was quite placid. Are you angry? Qin Wan, no. The bullet comments said she was pretending, that she was jealous I had spent so long in the room with the female lead earlier. Her possessiveness is quite strong. I took her hand and led her directly towards the bedroom. Whether you're angry or not, I think we should have a deeper exchange of feelings to avoid any misunderstandings. With such a beautiful wife, I have to dote on her properly. The next day, as I was getting ready to go home after work, I received a call from the butler. He said the old master was very angry because he knew I was trying to divorce Qin Wan again. Has anyone been to the house? I had a suspicion, but I wanted to confirm it. Miss Bai came to see the old master this afternoon. What a meddler. I could mine for 10 years and not find a gem like her. I remembered again that the original owner had called Bai Weiwei right after saying he wanted to divorce Qin Wan, so it wasn't strange that she knew about it. It's just that I didn't give her any face when she came yesterday. I didn't expect her to still make an issue out of my divorce. To dispel the old master's doubts, I naturally had to go home and explain. When I arrived at the old house, I didn't rush in. I sent a message to Qin Wan first. Busy? I'm back in my own home. After waiting for a while without a reply, I was about to put my phone away when a barrage of comments scrolled across my vision. Holy crap, Qin Wan thinks the male supporting character regrets it and doesn't know how to reply. You can't blame the female supporting character for being suspicious. In the past, whenever the male supporting character called or texted her, it was to bring up divorce. The female lead is in a meeting right now, and her subordinates are scared to death by her low spirits. I feel sorry for the working stiffs for a second. I don't get why the male supporting character insisted on making a fuss about divorce before. Whether he wanted to build a career or just be a couch potato, the female lead completely supported him. The office drones are so envious. Okay. I pinched the bridge of my nose and decided to just call Qin Wan. After waiting a moment, she picked up just as the last ring was about to end. Are you busy? I asked. In a meeting, very busy. Then in a little while, I'm very busy. I have a business trip in 2 days for about a month, maybe longer. The comments were in an uproar. The female lead is scared to death, terrified the male supporting character will bring up divorce. I'm dying of laughter. The female lead is kind of amusing. She's pretending to be busy, so she won't have time to talk about divorce. The male supporting character is such a sinner. Hurry up and comfort the female lead. If there's nothing else, I'm hanging up now, Qin Wan said, sounding rushed. I was speechless for a moment. I'm not trying to divorce you. It's my dad. He heard we were fighting about divorce before, and he's really upset. I came home to explain it to him. I wanted to ask if you would come. He'd be relieved to see you. I paused deliberately. Since you're so busy, then forget it. With that, I hung up the phone directly. If you have something on your mind, you have to say it. Anyone would get tired of guessing all day. I need to teach her how to communicate. Anyway, the comments would tell me whether she was coming or not. Before I even stepped through the door, the comments were scrolling nonstop. The female lead is getting anxious. She ended the meeting and sent everyone home. This is the power of love. I raised an eyebrow. Little thing, you think I can't handle you? Oomph. As I walked into the villa, I saw the old master on the sofa, looking at me with a displeased expression. You're back. The original owner and his father had a very bad relationship because he hadn't been willing to marry into the Qin family back then. He considered it selling his son. But the old master had taken a liking to Qin Wan, believing that only she could protect the Pei family and allow the original owner to enjoy a lifetime of wealth and prosperity. I had to admit the old master had a sharp eye. Besides, back then, Bai Weiwei had thought the Pei family was done for and took the initiative to break off the engagement. The old master never told the original owner, also because he didn't want to hurt him. Before I could speak, he continued with his harsh words. Are you here to see if I'm dead yet? Let me tell you, I'm doing just fine. As long as I'm not dead, you can forget about divorcing Qin Wan. The bullet comments started scrolling across the screen again. The old gentleman is a good father, always planning for his son. Too bad the supporting male lead was completely deluded, always going against his father. He didn't even come back to visit when the old man was sick before. In the end, the supporting male lead was sold to Myanmar. The old gentleman raised a lot of money to rescue him, but died of a heart attack on the way. The root of all this was the supporting male lead courting disaster by insisting on a divorce. This time the supporting male lead isn't even planning to divorce. So why did the female lead still come to give the old gentleman false information? The female lead is so malicious. Isn't she deliberately trying to sow discord between the supporting male lead and his father? I remember in the original plot, all of the Pei family's assets ended up in the female lead's hands. I have to say, she's quite the schemer, with some impressive methods. What a melodramatic plot. A woman like this could be the female lead. I will absolutely not let these things happen. And so, I looked at the old gentleman. Dad, was it Bai Weiwei who told you I want a divorce? The old gentleman was taken aback, his eyes instantly brimming with emotional tears, and he stammered as he spoke. WH, what did you just call me? Dad, father, I repeated mechanically. You've finally shown some conscience. The old gentleman's eyes reddened, and he wiped the corners with his withered fingers. What were you saying just now? I want to know what Bai Weiwei told you. I sat down across from the old gentleman. Tears still shimmered in his eyes, but he forced himself not to cry and relayed everything Bai Weiwei had said. It was more or less what I had guessed. Bai Weiwei had told him that I was divorcing Qin Wan for her sake, and that the divorce papers were already drawn up. That bitch. Seeing my displeased expression, the old gentleman let out a deep sigh. If you're truly unhappy with Qin Wan, then get a divorce if you want. I'll find a way to compensate the Qin family. But I have one condition. You cannot marry Bai Weiwei. She already has a fiancé. The original host probably never expected that after all the fuss he made, the old gentleman still wouldn't yield. Now that I'm here, I took the initiative to mend the relationship with the old man, called him Dad, and he agreed, just like that. It's all a matter of timing and fate. Pulling my thoughts back, I said to him solemnly, Dad, you're overthinking it. I'm not going to divorce Qin Wan. Not now. Not in the future. Not ever. As long as she is willing to spend her life with me, I will never give up on her. Really? The old gentleman studied me repeatedly, a skeptical look on his face. After all, in my previous efforts to get a divorce, I had said many cruel things and raised hell. Really? I nodded with certainty. The bullet comments suddenly erupted with excitement. Whoa, whoa, whoa. The female supporting character is here. She heard everything. The male supporting lead really knows what to say. The female supporting lead can't suppress her massive grin. He's so smooth. Say more, we love to see it. Qin Wan is here. I raised an eyebrow and began to list her good qualities. Dad, Qin Wan is beautiful, the most beautiful person I've ever seen. Not even Bai Weiwei can compare. She's a strong career woman, and I can spend her money as I please. Even if I were to burn through cash, she could still support me. Most importantly, she has me in her heart. A true heart is more precious than gold, and I will cherish it. The old gentleman was so moved, he stood up and slapped his thigh forcefully. Son, You've finally grown up. Your old man can finally rest easy. Just then, the door opened, and Chin-Wan walked in. I turned to look. Her face was a little flushed, and her eyes were a bit red. Dad. She greeted the old gentleman. Then her intense gaze fell on me, her lips parting. Husband. The old gentleman was overjoyed, his eyes darting back and forth between Chin-Wan and me. Confirming that we weren't just acting, his voice rose with excitement. Both of you stay today and have a drink with me. Okay, Dad. I agreed quickly, then winked at Chin-Wan. No problem, right, wifey? She gave a quick nod and averted her gaze. Looking closely, I saw that her ears had turned red again. In the days that followed, Chin-Wan and I lived sweetly, our relationship growing better and better. She changed a lot. She would tell me whatever was on her mind and even became clingier than before. One day, an old friend of mine invited me to a bar for a drink. Thinking that the original owner of this body had grown up with him, I went without giving it much thought, letting Chin-Wan know as well. When I got there, I unexpectedly saw Bai Weiwei. What bad luck. The bullet comments started flooding the screen again. The female lead hasn't been able to see the second male lead lately, and he won't answer her calls. She had no choice but to ask their mutual friend to trick him into coming here. Why is she in such a hurry to see the second male lead? Isn't she about to marry the male lead? Of course, it's because the male lead's company is having financial problems. The female lead promised to find a solution for him, and now that the second male lead won't provide the money, she's getting anxious. But the second male lead doesn't even want to see her, let alone help her. Sigh, the female lead's hopes are probably going to be dashed. Brother Sue, as soon as Bai Weiwei saw me, she immediately stood up to greet me. I gave her a cold glance and turned to leave. Does this person have any self-awareness at all? The reason the male lead's company crisis has worsened recently is, of course, because I've been suppressing him. And she wants me to fork out money? As if. I can't wait for the male lead and her family to go bankrupt. As I walked to the parking lot, Bai Weiwei caught up to me, panting, and directly blocked my car door. With a grim expression, I took a step back to put some distance between us. What is it? Bai Weiwei frowned, questioning me with a displeased look on her face. Why didn't you reply to my messages? I shrugged. I did reply. I replied with silence. My retort left Bai Weiwei speechless, her expression turning ugly. However, she quickly composed herself and spoke to me in a placating tone. Brother Sue, the promise you made to help me, it still counts, right? Seeing my silence, she started to play the sentiment card. We grew up together, childhood sweethearts. We were even engaged. Even if we couldn't end up as husband and wife, I've always considered you my own brother. I've never asked you for anything. I just hope you can help me this one time, for the sake of our past. She looked at me with pleading in her eyes. She was clearly well practiced at playing the victim. If it were the original owner of this body, he would have agreed to help her immediately. But I'm no fool. Isn't my money better spent on myself? I stared intently at Bai Weiwei without saying a word. Bai Weiwei knitted her brows. Brother Sue, why are you looking at me like that? I said with a sigh. Your face seems to have changed. Bai Weiwei said playfully. Did it get prettier? I shook my head. No, your skin has gotten thicker. The bullet comments went wild. Ha. The second male lead is great at cursing people out. Low EQ, you're thick-skinned. High EQ, your face seems to have changed. The female lead's face has turned green. I walked to my car door and said bluntly, Get out of the way. Anxious, Bai Weiwei grabbed my sleeve. Brother Sue, you were never like this before. You can't refuse to help me. Bai Weiwei, it seems I wasn't clear enough. I'll say this to you one last time today. My tone was cold, every word distinct. Are you an idiot? I'd be overjoyed to watch you go bankrupt. So why would I ever help you? Never asked me for anything. Who do you think you are, a goddess? You think I have to help just because you ask? I've known for a long time that you're two-faced. Stop putting on an act with me, or I'll knock your head crooked. I yanked my sleeve free and brushed it off vigorously, as if it had been tainted by something filthy. Bai Weiwei was utterly shocked, and on the verge of tears, she said, I don't believe that you hate me. Are you pushing me away just because I'm getting engaged? I was so angry I had to laugh. There's no reasoning with people like her. As long as your actions don't meet her expectations, she has her own twisted logic to make everything your fault. I flexed my wrist, ready to teach her a painful lesson. Husband. I turned my head and saw Wan, dressed in business attire, walking quickly toward me. The parking lot was dimly lit, but I knew the expression on her face probably wasn't a pleasant one. Bai Weiwei was truly a troublemaker. I would have to explain this to my wife when I got back. Honey, I'm here to take you home. Wan didn't even glance at Bai Weiwei, walking straight up to link her arm with mine. I patted her hand. You've worked hard, wifey. Just then, Bai Weiwei suddenly took a step forward and began her green tea spiel. President Qin, don't misunderstand. I was looking for Brother Su to ask for his help. Wan still didn't look at her, her gaze fixed on me, her voice cool. Honey, are you going to help her? No, I answered quickly. Wan's expression softened. Then let's go home. I made your favorite dessert. The bullet comments started to fly across the screen. The female supporting character is awesome, completely ignoring the female lead. Thank goodness the male supporting character firmly chose the female supporting character. TSK. Look at the female lead's expression. She must be furious. Being ignored. Bai Weiwei completely lost her composure. Wan, don't you know, he used to be completely obedient to me. Everyone knew it. We were childhood sweethearts. We grew up together. He's just having a little misunderstanding with me right now. As long as I'm willing to come back, you wouldn't even be in the picture. She looked at Wan provocatively, a smile playing on her lips. Wan, I'm telling you, he has me in his heart. The bullet comments exploded in an instant. What the hell? What does the female lead mean? She doesn't want the male lead anymore. The female lead must have been driven mad by the female supporting character. She's rattled. Wan's expression didn't change. She just raised an eyebrow slightly. Well said. Don't say it again. Also, his heart is only so big, and it's all filled up by me. There's no room for you now. Bai Weiwei's face twisted, a flash of venom in her eyes. Wan, don't be so smug. I will win Brother Su back. Suddenly, someone rushed over from his side. The moment Bai Weiwei saw him, her face changed. The bullet comments instantly became excited. Holy crap, it's the male lead, Lin Beizhou. It's over. He heard everything the female lead said. What kind of chaotic scene is this? It's a total train wreck. Hey, I remember the male lead seemed to have a crush on the female supporting character back in school, but she completely ignored him back then. That's right, and then the female supporting character married the male supporting character, and they didn't have much interaction. Beizhou, what are you doing here? Bai Weiwei asked, sounding a little guilty. Lin Beizhou's expression was cold. He just glanced at her before looking at Wan, who had her arm linked with mine. President Qin, long time no see. Wan just nodded faintly, her expression distant and indifferent. President Lin, I heard you're getting married. Congratulations. As she spoke, she glanced pointedly at Bai Weiwei, hoping that this woman, who had a fiancé, would have some sense of shame. Lin Beizhou forced a smile. President Qin must be joking. I don't even have a fiancé. So how could I be getting married? Lin Beizhou, what do you mean by that? Bai Weiwei, at the side, immediately became indignant, her voice rising. Honey, let's go, Wan said, looking at me. I put my arm around Wan, and we left without looking back. Behind us, the sounds of Bai Weiwei and Lin Beizhou arguing could be heard. Lin Beizhou, what on earth did you mean by that sentence just now? Exactly what it sounds like. Bai Weiwei, let's break up. Are you crazy? Who do you think I was looking for Peisu for? It was for you. I heard everything you said just now. Don't make it sound so noble. You just like Peisu, don't think I don't know. You're talking nonsense. There's nothing going on between him and me. You're wrongly accusing me. Bai Weiwei's voice was tinged with tears. Bai Weiwei, you know in your heart whether you're being wronged or not. I'm not good enough for a fickle woman like you. Lin Beizhou's tone was icy. Smack! Bai Weiwei slapped Lin Beizhou across the face. Smack! Lin Beizhou returned the slap without hesitation. Furious, Bai Weiwei, disregarding her image, started a brawl with Lin Beizhou right there in the parking lot. The bullet comments went completely wild. Oh my god, what kind of male and female leads beat each other up in public? The male lead's mother already looked down on the female lead and was forcing him to break off the engagement. Now it's great. There's no chance for them at all. The female lead deserves it. She wanted to have her cake and eat it too, and in the end, she's destined to get nothing. The male lead is no good either. If the female lead could provide him with financial help, he would definitely marry her. They really are a match made in hell, a pair of scumbags. Neither has the right to judge the other. The engagement between Lin Beizhou and Bai Weiwei was called off. The bullet comments said he had been overwhelmed with troubles lately. His illegitimate younger brother was recently brought back to the family, and old Master Lin favored him even more. It was said that even the position of heir would soon be given to him. The bullet comments unanimously agreed that the male lead's halo had failed. A few days later, Bai Weiwei appeared again. She came to my company's building wearing a wedding dress and holding a bouquet. The security guard stopped her, but she refused to leave, muttering something about the ending not being right. Something was different, so I let her come up. The door to the CEO's office opened, and she rushed in. "Hey Sue, brother Sue, the ending shouldn't be like this. You should have divorced for me and always been my solid support. How can you ignore me? You have to divorce Qinwan." She was frantic, growing more agitated as she spoke. "Since Lin Beizhou doesn't want me anymore, I'll marry you." "You marry me? Didn't you always like me? I'm proposing to you today. As long as you agree, I'll marry you immediately." The bullet comments went crazy. What is the female lead talking about? The ending? Has the female lead also awakened her memories? She's crazy, or is the female lead a transmigrator who just arrived at the wrong time? It's all a mess. My CPU is fried. The female lead is proposing. The male supporting character won't fall for it again, will he? After all, she is the female lead. So nervous. Please don't. Male supporting character. "Hey Sue, did you hear me? I'm willing to marry you. Isn't this what you've always dreamed of?" Bai Weiwei excitedly moved closer to me, her voice alluring. "As long as you're willing, you can have me." I chuckled, slowly got up, stretched my wrists, and with all my might, slapped her hard across the face. "Bai Weiwei, are you awake now? Let me tell you, I'm not willing." Bai Weiwei fell to the ground, clutching her face, completely stunned, with confusion and terror in her eyes. I took a step closer, looking down on her condescendingly. "Bai Weiwei, this is the end you deserve. In my eyes, you are nothing. You want me to marry you? Dream on. Your appearance is nothing but bad luck to me. I want to tell you, stay away." Bai Weiwei's face turned deathly pale in an instant, and she began to tremble uncontrollably. I narrowed my eyes, my tone dangerous. "Bai Weiwei, since you know the original ending, you should know how much you harmed me. How dare you come looking for me?" I enunciated every word clearly. "Do you think I won't lay a hand on you?" All the strength seemed to drain from Bai Weiwei's body in an instant. She collapsed on the floor, shedding tears of terror. The bullet comments flew across the screen. The male supporting character is right. How dare the female lead come? Isn't she afraid of his revenge? Confidence, I guess. Probably got her courage from Liang Jingru. The female lead is probably done for. After coming to her senses, Bai Weiwei knelt at my feet, grabbing my pant leg. "Hey Sue, I was wrong. I really know I was wrong." "You don't know you were wrong. You're just scared." I couldn't be bothered to look at her again and press the intercom to call security. "Send Miss Bai back to the Bai family and tell them to send her abroad. If she ever appears in the country again, I will make them regret it." The Bai family had a son and had long given up on Bai Weiwei. Sending her abroad, if I wanted to crush her, it would be a matter of minutes. The security guards dragged Bai Weiwei, who was like a dead dog, and forcibly took her away. She was still howling as she was taken far away. When I returned home that evening, I found a pile of love letters on the living room table. The bullet comments were particularly excited. Those are all the love letters Qinwan wrote to the male supporting character over the past 10 years. She just never had the chance to send them. Female supporting character, don't be so in love. The female supporting character has wrapped herself up as a gift and is in the bedroom, waiting for the male supporting character to find her. Looking at the warmly decorated living room and the candlelight dinner on the table, my heart felt warm. Today is Valentine's Day. I bought flowers and a diamond ring, preparing to propose to Qinwan again, in my own name. Just then, I noticed a note next to the love letters. "Hubby, when can I receive that love letter from you?" I took out a pen and paper, racked my brain to write a few paragraphs, but finally gave up. Forget it. I'll just prove my love to her with my actions. I rushed upstairs to find Qinwan ready to unwrap my gift myself. End of book.